Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 335, the newest member of the Homer Off the Head Club. I'm Nick. We have Harrison tonight. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. Almost feels a little weird with it just being you and I here. We've had so many guests lately.
I was literally just going to say that. Like, this is going to be weird that we don't have anybody else on tonight, but, back to the grind, I guess. But don't worry, we have a guest coming on Sunday that we'll introduce at the end of the show. But yeah, it has been a crazy run with guests that we've had, and they have all been incredible. So thanks to everybody that has previously come on. I mean, Sundays was epic. I mean, I'm still talking about it. Absolutely incredible. But we do have a lot of stuff to get into tonight. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can also subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch on Etsy. If you search Rounding 3RD Baseball on Etsy, we have sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, phone cases. I mean, look at this thing. I carry this thing around everywhere. Love it. Check us out there. Get our name out there. And another great way to support us. And finally, on Patreon, Rounding Third Baseball on Patreon. This is where we post exclusive posts, letting people know of upcoming guests. And content there. Just a great way to really support creators, as a lot of platforms are kind of getting away from supporting their creators. And Patreon is a great way to support your favorite streamers, aka Harrison and I. So check us out on Patreon. And yeah, just do it. It is a separate app, but download it and follow us.
Everybody's doing it. Don't miss out.
That's right. All four of them. All right. Well, let's get into it, Harrison. Joe Adell joins the exclusive club. We all know the ball bouncing off Jose Canseco's head and over the fence for a home run. Well, Joe Adell joins this club, and I'm bringing this up because this is the same guy that robbed 3 home runs in the same game, right?
Yes, it is.
I was just checking because this is definitely karma coming back to bite him in the butt a little bit here, huh? It's like, well, the universe was like, you robbed 3 of them, so you got to give one back, buddy.
Yeah, the baseball gods aren't necessarily fair or kind. You take 3, you give one back. I feel like there's a little bit of karma there, a little bit of bad luck, and a little bit of just baseball being baseball.
Mike Reed, so he's still +2 on the season. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking plus minus in terms of like turnovers and all that, like you would in football. Yeah, he's a plus.
Yeah, yeah, bonkers for sure. I mean, dang, I mean, it happens, right? I mean, it's one of those fluky things in baseball. Take your eye off it just for a split second, and all hell breaks loose. And that's what happened. Too close to the wall there. They have that yellow line right there in right field. Just bounces off his glove, bounces off his head, and over the fence for a homer. So,
yeah,
tough luck.
When I was watching, it almost seemed like he peeked to his right, wondering if the center fielder was coming. It's almost like he was just trying to get a quick glance, see if he's going to run into anything. And then when he turned his eyes back to it, it had just kind of snuck past. And I mean, I feel terrible for the guy because he's such a good defender normally. He had that huge 3 home run, stolen game. And unfortunately, when you taketh away, sometimes you have to giveth back. And he did.
That is for sure. We'll end on that statement because that's exactly what happened. So love it. All right. Kyle Harrison, 12 Ks against the Giants, which was his former team before he got dealt to the Red Sox. This is my kicker here, Harrison. The Brewers unlocked another former Red Sox player. So they did it with Quinn Priester last year. They've done it with Kyle Harrison. It seems like right now, I mean, it could be just a, outlier outing, but is it something the Brewers are doing? Is it something the Red Sox aren't doing, or a little bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that Kyle Harrison always had the stuff. For him, it was just a matter of consistency and health. It was always there. I will say the Brewers seem to have a way with pitchers where they can somehow unlock, another level for these guys. I mean, you look at what Priest from, you know, scrub bullpen arm to one of potentially the better starters in baseball last year when he ran off what was 10 or 12 straight. It was insane.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, and a guy who, again, always showed he had the stuff, just couldn't put it together. And now Kyle Harris, another guy who showed he had the stuff and is finally putting it together. The Red Sox at the major league level, and we've seen this with guys like Bello, who we were just talking about before he came on the show, they don't seem to develop guys through the majors. They develop them to the majors, but they don't develop them through the majors. And I think all the struggles on that pitching staff the last few years, as much as we ragged on them, I think you have to look at your coaching staff and be like, guys, what is going on here? Why can everybody get these guys to perform, but we can't? Like, what is happening? And again, I go back to that's why they cleaned house. That's why Cora and everybody's gone. They didn't develop guys through. They just developed them to get there. And I think the Brewers have a process in place where they get guys to the major leagues, but then also help them improve once they get there.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what this guy could be when he was with the Giants. He showed flashes of brilliance with San Francisco, and we're just like, man, this kid could be the next great arm to come out of San Francisco. It didn't really materialize. Like his rookie year, he was okay. But again, like you said, showed the stuff. He had the stuff. He gets traded and nothing happens in Boston. And to your point, I think you nailed it. I mean, look at the defense that Boston has had, right? There's no development or improvement with the Red Sox infield. Now, I know the metrics say that they've improved defensively or whatever, like towards the top of the league in defensive run saves or whatever. But again, the eyeball test to me shows me that they haven't really had much improvement over the years. And that just goes to show that, like, maybe at the major league level, the Red Sox coaches are more just like, we're expected to just roll the balls out and you guys are expected to play well and win. Like, we shouldn't have to coach you much here. Right? And that's just kind of the feeling I have. And maybe that's completely wrong. And these guys just aren't responding, which in that case, you got to do what the Red Sox did and clean house, right? Get a staff in there that is going to improve your players. But this is mostly, I'm going to put it on the Brewers. The Brewers know how to keep developing their guys, right? We say year after year, this team doesn't have what it takes to compete. And here they are in first place for the last 12, 13 years. Do they get far? No. But it still says something that you are that organized that you can take a pile of players like the Brewers have. I mean, no real massive stars and still compete. So, yeah, I put this more of the, giving the Brewers a pat on the back than I do anything else.
Yeah, I think that I go back to watch that behind the scenes of the Red Sox and see how often you see Alex Cora just standing around talking to guys. And then go watch any clip of like a guy like Ron Washington, who's on the field, hands-on, alongside him. Alex Cora was a player's coach in the sense of he was there to be your buddy. He was there to make you feel good. He was there to get you going, but he was not a hands-on instructor. And I think for the Red Sox, big payroll, big market, you probably don't expect to have to do a lot of that. You need a guy who's just going to keep the guys all mellow. He did that. He did not give these guys any sort of hands-on instruction at the major league level. And that's why I think you saw the problems you had. For the Brewers, small market, small payroll, you have to get the most out of these guys.
Yep.
You have to develop them. These guys get a lot of that on-the-job training that you don't see in bigger markets. And because of that, I think you have a much different coaching staff and structure in place to do that than what the Red Sox have had. And I think that's also why the Red Sox have not done a great job of developing these guys once they get there, where the Brewers continue to get more and more out of these guys as they go.
Yeah. Curtis says Brewers second best ERA in the league. And that is, they also have 3 or 4 platinum glovers sitting behind the pitching staff, which also helps, right? I mean, there's that part. I mean, it's elite defense helps your pitching staff, but I mean, their pitching staff is also throwing strikes. They're getting guys out. They're blowing it by guys. The Miz is having an insane year. That NL Cy Young race is going to be wild if they all keep pitching like this. So, I mean, yeah, that's a great point, Curtis. Mike Reed, no pressure there, and they changed his arm angle, and he said he's figured out the pitch they were teaching him last year. So, yeah, I mean, again, that's the Brewers kind of tweaking his delivery and being like, this is how we're going to get guys out, and it seemed to work. So, good for the Brewers.
I think that as high as we were on Andrew Bailey, I think the results are back in, and it's not great. I think for all the stuff that he had done, it just wasn't great. And again, another guy that players love. He was great to be around. He had all the metrics and all the cool, spin rate things, and he loved to talk about the metrics with the guys in the bullpen. But like the performance doesn't translate. Yeah. And you need guys that are going to get in there and work alongside these guys, not just read numbers off to them. And it's a way different style.
Yeah. Yeah, Peyton Toley's pitching his ass off. I love that clip of him yesterday. Did you see that, Harrison? That chopper to short? Absolutely hilarious. I love that. But, I love Peyton Toley, and he might be one of the only bright spots for that team right now, unfortunately. But we knew he was going to be a stud. He's got that workhorse mentality. So, I just – and Greg, yeah, we're with you. We just found out that Brayan Bello got sent down too, but – I also think the Sox need to stop caring about egos to an extent. Like Bello's comments today annoyed the hell out of me. And then he goes, ignore me, just saw he got optioned to AAA. And we'll get into that in a minute. But
I mean, I asked 3 weeks ago for the Red Sox to send him down. Like it's done. Yeah.
You mean they needed a change up in personnel from Andrew Bailey? Huh. Ironic. Yeah. So I don't know, but good for the Brewers. I mean, they're always there. They always compete, but it's tough to see when they do it to another former Red Sox. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
It always sucks when you trade a guy away and he ends up being really good. And you're like, man, we could have used him. It'd be nice to have him right now with guys dropping left and right, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. So like I said, I put this slide in literally a half hour ago, and then 15 minutes after that, it was like, oh, Brayan Bello option to AAA. So kind of ignore the question with what should the Red Sox do with Brayan Bello? And let's switch it to why wasn't this done earlier? Did they really think that they could fix what's between his ears?
Oh man, where do you even start with Bello? I don't know what happened with him, and without going into this long rambling tirade, this was a guy who came up, great stuff. You had him working hand in hand with Pedro Martinez. Pedro helped him really develop the changeup, helped him really develop his mindset, and then you saw a major progression, and you're like, awesome. He comes back the next year, and you kind of push Pedro to the side. You're like, hey, like we got it now. Like Andrew Bailey's like, I got it, Pedro. You can step away. And then you change his whole approach. You take the changeup out of his game. You go back to just the fastball and the slider, and then you bring the changeup back. Then you take it away. Then you bring it back. Then you take it away. And then he became wildly inconsistent. You're like, man, what's wrong with this guy? Well, the approach changed 17 times in one season with how you're going to handle this guy. And then you go into the offseason. You're like, he's got work to do. He comes into spring training. And again, like you're changing the game plan with him again. You're not consistent in how you're using him. You're not using his arsenal the way that you show that it works. And here we are wondering what's wrong with this kid yet again, when they've just so badly misused him. They've so badly managed him. They've so badly handled him. They've so badly used him. And that's 100% on the coaching staff. And I don't understand why. And I guess I do, because I think that we all realize Breslow's in way over his head. And I've been saying that since like day 2 of him being hired. Why the hell the front office doesn't step in and say, guys, figure this out. Yeah. Let's pick a path and put this kid on it. We can't keep veering lane to lane and changing direction with this kid, because all we've done is screwed him up.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. And it's visible on the mound, right? I mean, he's not a guy that holds his emotions back. We've seen it on the Netflix special. If he has a bad inning, he goes down underneath the tunnel and he lets the clubhouse have it, right? Which
Yep.
shows me that he doesn't have a lot of mental fortitude. But the Red Sox, to their credit, did try this whole opener thing, and Greg says it right here. I mean, he had a handful of opener games where he did well. I think his ego with not accepting an opener is what killed him. And that's part of it. But like the dude can't pitch in the first inning. His ERA is infinity in the first inning. So like, what do you do if you're the Red Sox? Okay, let's not have him pitch the first. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right move there. But to your point, I mean, you can't tell this kid to go out and be like, hey, it's all hard stuff on the outside of the plate. This game, it's all soft stuff on the outside of part of the plate. This game, however, that's pitching and that's matchups, right? If you're facing the New York Yankees and Aaron Judge, you're gonna attack them differently than you're going to attack the Kansas City Royals, right? So as a pitcher, like you have to learn how to adjust. You have to learn how to pitch different game plans. So as much as it is partly on the coaching staff, it also isn't. It is, like I said, it's the lack of mental fortitude out of this kid, which is unfortunate because he's got talent. You see times where it's like, man, his stuff is lights out. And then there's other times where it's just like, oh, here's another pecker high fastball, buddy. See how far you can hit this one. So I don't know who's really at fault here. I know it makes for great radio that I'm straddling the fence here, but I don't know whose fault. I think both parties are at fault here. Both sides are at fault.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Bayo has some maturity issues, and he doesn't handle adversity well. But at the same time, like he got off such a good start, like he knows he can be better than this,
Yes.
and he just can't. He just can't get there. And I agree with the change of the game plan, but we were even saying it last season. It's like he's thrown 3 changeups in the whole game,
Right.
and then all of a sudden next game he's thrown 30 of them in the game, and then he goes back to throwing 3, and you're like, but if that's the pitch you wanted to pitch off of, he can't throw 3 in one start, and then you can't be surprised when the pitch looks like crap in his next start. Like you got to help the kid build an arsenal he can reach back to and have confidence in. And I don't think he's got confidence in what he's got because he doesn't consistently use it. And I do think that in some ways the Red Sox have messed him up, and they also built him up so high. And this demotion is going to be bad, I think, for him to go back down. This, for a kid you built up like you did, you put the resources around him like you did, you made the commitment to him like you did, you built up his confidence to sky high, and now you're tearing him down. This is going to be tough.
Yeah. Curtis, maybe his brain being pulled in 12 different directions may cause him to snap. No doubt. Like, just think if you're at work and you're doing something and 12 different people ask you to do 12 different things all at once, right? It's gonna cause some friction for sure, right? I don't know. I put this a lot on the coaching staff. I mean, yes, his maturity issues, like you said, but look, we have other players seeking outside help, right? There's reports that Caleb Durbin has also reached outside of the organization to get hitting help, right? That should never happen. I'm sorry. You're supposed to be the best coaches for your players.
Yep.
And these guys are like, I'm not getting the help I need. I need to go outside of the organization to get extra swings and to have somebody else figure it out. Something is going on in that front office, coaching staff, whatever, whether they don't care, they just are in over their heads. To your point, I don't know what's going on here. But for me, in this instance, both parties are kind of at fault. Telling Bayo to do 12 different things. He doesn't have the mental fortitude to kind of put it all together or to be able to flex between it. And that's just, it is what it is. So it's just a mess. And it's just translating directly onto the field of how much of a mess the Red Sox are right now.
Yeah, it's broken. that organization is broken. And I mean, Michael mentioned it. Yeah, down at AAA, you got a lot of guys right now who are not performing. You got terrible, just horrendous defense. That seems to be the Red Sox calling card right now. Is all these guys that can't play defense. Christian Campbell looks like a bust. He's been hitting 229 this year. He just went down with an injury today. Nobody knows the details of that yet. I was at the Sea Dogs a couple nights ago. That's a team that can play some defense. Not a lot of bats in that lineup. Some okay pitching. A lot of the Red Sox, Thunder in their minor league system, they've dealt out, and in bad deals like Tibbs for Dustin May. And you've got some in AAA, and you've got some that are kind of in the low minors. But there's this big gap in between where you don't have a lot of real firepower coming. So if you can't develop these guys at the major league level and keep them, it's gonna be a hell of a long road for this team. But it's broken. Coaching staff was broken. You got rid of them. Everybody's an interim right now, which means nothing. So basically kind of like nobody's running the shop. You got the front office, which is a mess. You had all the discussion last year about, the way Breslow talks to people and treats people, and the culture of that front office. Like, the Red Sox are officially broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty bad. I just did Caleb Durbin ask Ace Hardway for a step stool? He little.
He's a small dude.
Yeah, best coaches. We have the most remedial hitting coaches in the Yankees, and maybe that's
that lineup. You don't need hitting coaches. I mean, my lord.
Well, right. Yeah.
I mean, look at freaking Trent Grisham. I mean, somebody there has taught some hitting because Grisham's going off again.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I don't really know. Greg, good point here. I mean, Volpe is looking better after his AAA stint, and I can't imagine a player being built up more than Baby Jeter himself. And that's a great point. And hopefully this will reset him. I don't know. Roman Ellsbury was supposed to save them. Another great point, Ed. That guy can't stay on the field. Goodness. And the organization is broken, period. Breslow is on the shortest leash. And I agree. I think, right? Like, he has to be on a short leash at this point, right? Is he done after this year? And Red Sox just reset after the lockout?
I mean, it's hard because when Breslow came in, he wasn't able to go get his guys, right? So he came in, he inherited most of the front office. He inherited the coaching staff he didn't put together, and was kind of told to, like, just don't sink the ship. Like, just keep it on course and don't change too many things. So he's finally dumped the coaching staff he didn't want. So he's got to go build his own coaching staff. He's running the guys of the minor leagues that were put there by Heim. So you haven't seen how any of his drafts have turned out. He really hasn't signed many guys, and he's made a few trades I think that are kind of split. He's won a couple, lost a couple. I will say he seems like a really poor evaluator of minor league talent, given the trades he has made. But I don't know if you can put him on a super short leash yet, because he really hasn't had a chance to build out his own world. He inherited a lot of this crap that he just had to work with.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's done a good job, but he also hasn't been fully in control either.
No. So do you think he is here after the lockout?
I mean, I don't want him to be here, but I don't know that that's necessarily the direction the organization is going to go. I think they're going to give him a shot to, okay, dude, like, we've had a rough few years. Now it's your turn. You blow it up. You build it the way you want it. And now let's see how it goes. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things, like, you're kind of at rock bottom, and I don't think anybody's going to want that job. That's the other piece of it too, is if you fire him, you fired Heim Bloom after 3 years, you fire Breslow after 3 years, nobody's coming for that job at that point. Like, I feel like you're almost kind of stuck with Breslow for right now.
Yeah, I mean, even when this job was available, there was none of the top GMs even looked this way. And is that an ownership issue?
I think it is I think it's a lack of direction, lack of clarity issue. I don't think anybody really knows how involved the ownership group is, what Sam Kennedy's role actually is, how much control this position actually gets. I don't get the sense that Breslow is fully in control. I also don't get the sense that he's got significant restrictions on him. But I do think that there's a level of Mother May I happening with him where he has to get permission to do stuff, and a lot of stuff. And I don't know that a GM is going to come in there, or president of baseball, whatever the hell you want to call these guys now, chief baseball officer, president of baseball operations, whatever you want to call them.
It's all the same.
None of these guys that have done it are going to come in and have some owner tell them what to do.
Right.
It's like, no, you hired me to do a job. Give me a budget and leave me the hell alone.
Right.
And like, that was the beauty of what the Red Sox had before. Theo had the full support and trust of the ownership group. He did whatever the hell he wanted. Within reason. I mean, obviously within reason, but Theo wasn't begging for permission. He was just doing stuff and keeping him in the loop. And that's why they had the culture they had. He developed all those guys underneath him that are now GMs everywhere else. You heard Jonathan Van Every talk about the, kind of the family culture, like how great they took care of the players. That was Theo. Theo came in and completely gutted that place. I remember when he got there, he literally, like, everybody got a pink slip and he started over. Like, he completely rebuilt that front office top to bottom.
Yeah.
Breslow didn't do that.
Right. Or wasn't allowed to. Right.
Yeah. Or wasn't allowed to. I know that he couldn't, he did not necessarily want Cora, but was told that was not an option.
Yeah. Greg says, from what it sounds like, I have a bad feeling that he's gone sooner rather than later. It seems like Fenway Sports Group is gearing up for another throw under the bus moment. And Michael wants you to put in for the new GM job, Harrison, when it comes available.
Done. Sign me up.
Yep. Yeah, then Lucchino tried to rein in Theo and take a bunch of the credit.
Yeah.
Theo's going to the Hall of Fame whenever he decides to retire. To take two franchises like the Red Sox and Cubs and break 100-year curses, I think that's an automatic bid. But
it's a clear sign that what he did worked.
Right.
And I give Theo credit. The minute Lucchino stepped in there and tried to push Theo around a little bit, he basically said, I'm out, guys. You think you can do a better job? Good luck. And how have we done since he left?
Yeah.
Other than Dombrowski mortgaging the future for that 2018 run, we got a bunch of just crappy years in between it all.
Yeah. Curtis, this is put beautifully, and I don't know if I can come up with a better phrase. We might just end on this. I think being the GM of the Red Sox is either a daring challenge or a death wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a job that people want anymore. And it's either that. It's like, hey, I'm taking this head on, or I'm doing this to sabotage my career. It's crazy at this moment.
Well, and it's the reason that they've had so many issues with players. Contracts. It's the reason they've had so many issues finding people to come in and take it since Theo left. Other than Dombrowski, who came in for what? Was he there for 2 or 3 years and just gutted the farm system for that 2018 run? You gave Heim Bloom a few years, and then you chased him out of town because Alex Cora. You brought Breslow in. You didn't get rid of Cora. Now you did. I don't know what the hell they're doing at this point. Breslow wasn't the guy. He was the best you could find. I get it. But like, they need to take a real serious look in the mirror and just be like, okay, what is this next guy going to look like? Because we all know whether Breslow's there for another year or two, it won't be longer than that before he's gone.
Yeah.
This is not a long-term stay for him. So like, what's next?
I don't know if there's anything that is next out there, to your point. I don't know. I think you almost have to write him out because there's nobody else coming in through that door unless we get another first-time GM. We're going to back in the same position we're in. So,
but like, look at Theo Epstein's tree. You had Theo. From that came Ben Cherington, who's in Pittsburgh, Jed Hoyer, who's in Chicago, Mike Hazen, who's in Arizona. There's one more I'm missing. Who am I missing? I can't think of who it is.
I don't remember.
But I just developed all these guys that have now gone off to be GMs and presidents of baseball operation all over the place.
Yeah.
And
It's,
but notice none of them wanted the job in Boston when it came up.
no.
They all
No.
ran like hell from this place.
Yeah. They're all on opposite ends of the country, for Christ's sakes. They couldn't get
They all
further
ran
away.
like hell.
Yeah. Wild. All right. Ellie De La Cruz, first time in his career on the injured list, popped a hamstring, looked like he was going to go for a triple, got to first base, and there it goes. How are we feeling about the Cincinnati Reds? Are we kind of in this, like, we kind of standing pat with the Reds? Maybe they sneak into the playoffs here and first round exit. How are we feeling about the Cincinnati Reds?
I think the Cincinnati Reds are kind of who I thought they'd be. 500, maybe a hair better, maybe sneak into that last playoff spot. I think the difference is for what makes it tough for the Reds is the teams all around them have gotten better. The Pirates are better, the Cardinals have played better, the Brewers are the Brewers, the Cubs are, still playing good baseball, but I think the Reds are kind of where I thought they'd be. I just didn't think that the teams around them would be that much better. Like I thought the Pirates would be, a little bit under 500. Cardinals I thought would be way under 500, and they've all just played better.
Yeah. Yeah, that Cardinals team, man, they just keep going.
I don't get
It's
it.
impressive. Yeah.
They're a minus 12 run differential. They have nights they look amazing, nights where they look terrible. I just I don't know. I don't know what to make of that team.
I mean, Jordan Walker's resurgent with JJ Weatherholt sticking there. I mean, that's pretty that's where we weren't expecting the Cardinals to take a step forward. Right? We had heard of JJ Weatherholt, but weren't really expecting this production. Definitely wasn't expecting this out of Jordan Walker. So Cardinals are the surprise there in the NL Central, I think, for me. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Reds are just kind of where we thought they were. But
yeah, I mean they're not a perfect team. They've got a young pitching staff that's unpredictable. They've got a youngish lineup that doesn't really have that true thumper, which Suarez we knew wouldn't be that guy, but we thought he'd be a good boost. Hasn't really worked out great. That's what you get.
yeah. All right. Brent Suter, Manuel Rodriguez, and Steven Wilson ejected for the national anthem standoff. So they were out there for a long time. And finally, umpire just goes over there and just tosses out all three. So my question to you, Harrison, is it dumb that people still do this, or is it dumb that the umpire ejected them?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
enough.
like I get it. It's fun, but like these guys are beginning to push it like really far. And as an umpire, if you can't get the guys to get off the field and they're preventing you from getting the game started, they got to go. You'd throw a coach out if he came out in the field to protest a call and just stood there and wasted time. I think these standoffs are getting to be ridiculous. And cool, funny guys, haha. But like when the game can't get started because you guys are still out there, like you've taken it too far, and you got to go. So yes, is it dumb to get thrown out for that? Absolutely. And is it dumb that the umpire has to go to that point? Yes. It's also dumb for you guys to be standing out there and doing this. Like it's dumb all around.
Yeah, I'm with you. Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, it is funny and it's cool for the fans to kind of see like, oh, who's gonna give in first, and then they don't. But when the umpire starts walking over to you, it's like, okay, bud, like you win this round, right? I mean, chances are these guys weren't gonna even play this game, or they wouldn't have done it, right? So maybe it was just like, hey, send me home, and it is what it is. But yeah, stupid nonsense. Didn't have much choice. We're with you, Ed, for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's just it's so dumb. And again, like it's funny when you do it, but like when they're throwing the ball down to second base, like get off the field. Like you should be off the field before that point.
Right. Tip your
and
hat.
you guys know that. Like what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah. But for the Rays mascots to also like come down and join in, I thought was,
it was the whole thing was just it was crazy. But
yeah,
I would love to see the league send a letter to these teams, be like, guys, cut the crap with this. Like just stop. It's not funny anymore.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Well, Speaking of cutting the crap, we got a Bobby V rides the subway to Citi Field incognito. So in his famous mustache get up, there's a big picture of him riding the 7 train to Citi Field. Throws out the first pitch to Mr. Met, also wearing the Bobby V mustache. Are we looking at the next manager of the Boston Red Sox, Harrison?
Oh God, no, please, not that again. God, that was such a disaster.
I agree.
I don't know how that guy was ever a manager like for a long period of time where he was taken seriously. The the quotes, the things he says, the things he does, like talk about a guy that just you can't take seriously. But I mean, I love the fact they still play off the sunglasses and mustache thing. If I'm Major League Baseball, I'm probably a little bit annoyed that this gets the legs that it gets, considering you did it kind of in our face.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, I get it. It's funny. Like it's funny and different. But yeah, I would love to see Bobby V go stay out of Boston completely forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even come visit. Yeah.
No, don't visit, don't write, don't think about us. We're fine.
Yeah.
Just go enjoy the raps you invented.
Facts. Greg, gonna be honest, I'll never forgive Bobby V for 2012. I mean, one of the most epic September collapses of all time. But yeah, Curtis, good Lord, no. That's coming from a Yankees fan. He doesn't even want him in Boston.
Even he wouldn't wish that on his worst enemies.
Yeah, crazy. But I'm with you. I think this is funny. I think it's cool. It kind of brings up old memories for fans, whether good or bad. Like it was such a funny moment that he gets tossed, comes back in the dugout with the sunglasses and mustache. I mean, that is a moment in baseball history that we'll always remember as long as we're alive. I mean, just so classic and kind of cool to just bring that back. And he gets a ceremonial first pitch, but just thought that was pretty funny this week. Loved it.
Very fitting that they plan to honor Bobby V during the season, which they completely suck.
Yeah, well, I mean that's also
It's
fair.
fitting.
Did you notice the hat on Mr. Met? It says not Mr. Met.
Oh, I did not. I kind of ignored the hat. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so good, man. So good. But all right. Yeah, it was kind of a slow news week. We're sitting here, we're waiting for, the next rebuttals for the MLBPA. So we'll see what happens there. But I do have some out of left field discussion topics, and we have a cool little thing that Mike Reed introduced me to about an hour and a half ago that I've been playing nonstop. Thank you, Mike Reed. And we'll play a couple rounds of that at the end of out of left field discussion topics. So stay around for that because you will be able to have some say. But first, here's my first question to you, Harrison. Yordan Alvarez is hitting the ball out of the ballpark at an alarming clip right now. One of the most feared hitters. Will Alvarez finally take over as AL MVP?
No, because he's going to miss 30 or 40 games here at some point. I so badly want to see a Yordan Alvarez MVP. This guy is an absolute monster, but he just can't get on the field for more than like 100 games. Yeah. And every time you think he's good, he's not. And then all of a sudden something happens and he's gone for, a month. I so badly want this to happen. I will not believe it until I actually see him play like 140 games. Then I'll believe it. I can't, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he is one of, if not the most complete hitter in baseball when he is right. To have a power hitter of his stature, and listen, he hits some moonshots. He hits to all fields with extreme power. I mean, left field hits rockets, pulls ball rockets. Every time this guy makes contact, it is loud, it is hard, and you better have some extra padding in that glove if you want to catch a line drive, because this dude just hits missiles all over the field. But I'm with you. He can't stay on the field long enough to have those missiles translate into an AL MVP. It's unfortunate because I can't even imagine what a full 162 of his numbers would even look like. It's wild.
He's only played more than 130 games 3 times in 7 years. He's got seasons of 87, 2, 144, 135, 114, 147, 48. And the years that he's played more than 130 games, he's in the MVP race, all of them.
Yeah.
Like, and right now he leads the American League in hits, the American League in home runs, the American League in batting average. He leads all of baseball in slugging, OPS, total bases, and intentional walks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a monster. He's a beast. He
Absolute
just
savage.
Yeah. And he's a lot of fun
He's
to
a
watch.
left-handed Manny Ramirez.
Yes. I would completely agree with that. The power to all fields, the capability to just, hit it over the shortstop head into that left field gap, but also turn on a 99 mile an hour fastball and park it into the triple deck there at Dyken Park. I tune into Astros games only to watch this guy hit.
Yep.
I mean, it is a marvel to watch. I love watching him in the batter's box and his presence. Like, he's just massive. He's a massive human being, and he's one of the best hitters on the planet. But he can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
and that's the hard part.
And like Manny Ramirez, you get him in an 0-2 count, and you're like, oh, we got him now. And then he just unloads on a ball that you're like, how did he get that one? Like, that was below his knees. That was on the corner away, and he just drove it off the foul pole. There are times he hits the ball and you're like, how? Like, how did you just mash that pitch?
Yeah. I mean, that playoff series against the Red Sox a couple of years ago, they couldn't get the dude out. I mean, they were throwing it a foot off the plate, and he's still just punching it down into the corner of the Green Monster. And it's like, what the heck, man? Yeah. Absolutely insane. And everybody's with you, Harrison. Like, I think if he gets traded to a contender and keeps hitting, he'll win the MVP. Possibly. Aaron says, I'm an Astros fan. If the Astros were to put him on the trade block, the Astros would get a massive haul in return. 1,000%. Michael, a full 162 is 50-60 homers. Easy. Yeah. I think it's easy. With a 325 batting average. Because he walks so much. Like, he has great plate discipline. He can bat the ball skills. He's got the entire package. Except health.
Yeah, there's nothing he can't do, and he is so strong. Like, he can just flick his wrist and launch a ball into the gap. He's just so hard to get out, and he's a guy that even when you got him down, or he looks like he got fooled, he comes right back and just drives the next pitch to the moon.
Yeah,
it's not right.
Yeah, Aaron, that home run he hit in the World Series, my God,
that one to center field that still hasn't landed.
Oh my goodness, man! Like, clearing the batter's eye in center field. Like, stop it. Just stop it.
I can't, even over the sound of the crowd, you could hear the crack of the bat on that. It was so loud. It was like a gunshot. It was so loud.
Absolutely insane.
And the whole stadium just went, wow. And I mean, nobody moved. Nobody in the field moved. They all just turned to watch and see where it was going to land.
No, when you leave the home crowd speechless, right? When you hit a bomb like that, it's just like, God, man. But the dude is he's the overall package. But I'm with you. I would love to see him win AL MVP. I think he's got the talent, obviously, to do it. We just don't play enough games, unfortunately. And we're due for an Alvarez injury here coming up fairly soon. I hate that I'm saying that, but we're due.
The only part of his game that sucks is the defense. He's awful. But
that's why
hitting
DH.
savant. Yeah, he's a hitting savant.
Yeah. The Astros franchise single season record 47 by Bagwell 2000. Yeah, I mean, he can totally reach that.
This guy
for
would
sure.
Crush it.
Yeah.
He could crush it.
Yeah. Such a great hitter for a power guy, him and Seager in Texas, if they could just stay healthy. Yeah, Seager's another one of those complete hitters from the left side. But again, health. And unfortunately, like, that's a big thing. We talk about that all the time with what if guys. Oh, but what if this guy could stay healthy? Where would he be in the top 50, right? And unfortunately, Alvarez is going that way. And yeah, Curtis, he'll get 55. I mean, 45 for sure. I mean, what's he at now? 22,
21.
23?
21 through 62 games.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, 45s. That would be a down year for him at this point.
He's on a 45 to 50 home run pace.
Yeah, crazy. All right, next one. So John Temple sent me this reel the other day, and I thought this was pretty interesting to kind of bring up. He brought me the Joe Wilhoit and his 69 game hitting streak in the minors. So my question to you, Harrison, and chat, what is more impressive to you? Joe DiMaggio 56 game hitting streak in the majors or Joe Wilhoit 69 game hit streak in the minors?
Wow. Do we know what level of minors? I mean, back then, were there even levels? Was it just like one team?
It was like different leagues that weren't necessarily associated with MLB. So it was probably a step down. It was like AAA equivalent.
Man, I mean, 56 is crazy. 69 is absolutely bananas. I mean, at any league, I mean, even like a men's softball league,
right?
That would be incredibly freaking hard to get a hit in that many games in a row. I mean, obviously Joe DiMaggio is crazy impressive against major league pitching in an era that was loaded with pitching. That's pretty damn impressive. But 69 games in any league is super impressive. I mean, I'll take the 69 because the gap between 56 and 69 is pretty big. The difference in pitching is probably not massive. I mean, we've talked about it before. Like, there's AAA pitchers that could be on a major league mound today if they just had an opportunity. You know, the drop off can't be that big, but that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of with you. I still don't know exactly which way I want to go with this because, like, you could stand at home plate with me and soft toss to me, not even pitch the ball to me, right? And I'm going to go 0 for 4. One of those games, right? There's luck involved. There's skill involved. Like, yes, you have to put the bat on the ball. I get it, right? But there's still luck. I mean, we talked about Ketel Marte at the beginning of this season. Dude was hitting rockets all over the field, all for outs, right? Like, so they still have to fall. Like, you can hit a ball 125 miles an hour at the third baseman and it's an out. So, like, there's still some luck involved. Now, both are crazy impressive. But, I mean, I think I have to lean with DiMaggio. I mean, it's the best pitching in the world at that time. 56 games in a row is insane. I don't know if there's a big gap between MLB and minor league pitching back when Wilhoit did it because it was like early 1900s. So I think I'm leaning towards DiMaggio because pitching had developed probably a little bit more at that point. But both are just nuts. Absolutely insane.
And like you said, like just to get it to fall in. I mean, there are how many times in your life, Nick, did you hit an absolute rocket just right at somebody and you walk back to the dugout going, how the hell? Like, how did that not fall in somewhere?
Yeah.
And then there's those streaks you get in where, you know, you're hitting it great and it just doesn't drop. You know, somebody makes a great catch on you. You know, they just shifted into position and that's where they were. Like, there's just so much of that in baseball, and baseball's got a weird way of humbling you and you think you got to figure it out. So to be able to get up and put a ball in play and reach base safely that many times, that many games in a row, that is, you know, hats off. That is incredibly hard to do at any level. I mean, friggin' T-ball even. I mean,
right.
That is hard.
And nobody gets out in T-ball. Just think about that.
I know, right? I mean, that's bananas.
Yeah. And Curtis is DiMaggio, period. And I get it. I really do. If that's impressive, we'll start bringing in my men's softball stats. Facts. I think it's still DiMaggio, but also shocked nobody brought Wilhoit up to the majors during it. And
good point.
That is a great point. DiMaggio, he had the press chasing him around, and that's a great point too, Ed.
As well as models and everything else.
Yeah, well, maybe that helped take the edge off the press, but we won't go there.
Yeah, Mr. Coffee over there.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good point. He had the pressure behind it too, and he was still able to do it. But man, Joe's was 61 games with the San Francisco Seals. So damn, in the minors he also had it too. So
See, Will Hoyt could do what Dimaggio couldn't.
yeah. Michael, this is not a fair comment. Nick gave up more rockets than he hit. You never saw me play, buddy, but you're correct. It's about the same.
I was gonna say, but is he wrong? Are we gonna get to that?
Yeah. Jack Caglianone has the hardest average contact, but it keeps going to the fielders. Yeah. And that's exactly what Ketel Marte was at the beginning of the year. It still has
Fernando
to fall.
Tatis, we talked about.
Yeah. Just it's wild. But
Tatis had like the third highest hard hit average in the league and couldn't get a friggin' home run. It was hitting 230 something.
Which he's off the snide now. He hit one last week, so we're good.
Yeah,
we're good there.
He made it.
Yeah. All right. Next one I got for you, Harrison. With these guys throwing record high average fastball velocities, right? We're seeing 102, 104. Is it time to move the mound back?
I saw this come up the other day, and I was like, I never really thought about that. It's, typically people aren't moving them up or down, to change the leverage for pitchers, but with the velocities these guys throw at, my lord, I mean, I don't think moving the mound down would really do all that much.
No,
it's I feel like if you move the mound back, what you're going to end up with just more injuries because guys are going to just throw even harder or try to throw even harder. And I read somewhere that if you move, you could actually see velocities increase a little bit if you move the mound back, only because that ball is still gaining some level of momentum before it hits the glove. It could actually still be picking up some speed, apparently. I was like, I don't think I believe that, but
in a vacuum, maybe.
I don't think you can move the mound back. I just think maybe you could lower it, but I think the mound kind of is where it is. If MLB was in like this big offensive slump, I would say, yeah, you probably should move him. You should do something because pitching is overtaking it. But I don't think pitching is overtaken in the sense that we still see an awful lot of runs scored, a lot of home runs. You still see a ton of home runs. There's still a lot of offense. So it's not that the pitching is choking off the offense. It's just the fact these guys throw so damn hard. But if guys are hitting it, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. It's a hard one for me, right? I mean, they want offense to be right. Offense sells. Offense brings people to the game, right? These guys are throwing record velocity. It's the batting averages for me. Yes, these guys are still putting up runs. Yes, they're still hitting home runs, but man, all I got to do is square around for a bunt and it's going to go 350 feet, right? With the velocity these guys are throwing. I mean, yes, you're still able to put the bat on the ball occasionally, but strikeouts are through the roof, right? I mean, how many guys are going to hit 200 strikeouts this year? A lot. Might be even the most in MLB history. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, right? I mean, it's just the swing and miss. The ball's not being put in play. And that was the biggest takeaway that I took when I rewatched the 85 World Series before we had Charlie and Marshall on, was there was some strikeouts, but there was a lot of balls put in play. Like, these guys made the game exciting because there was always a ball in play. There was action, right? Even if it was a weak ground ball, the second the ball was put in play, people are moving around, right? You don't see that anymore. It's strikeout, it's home run, it's a walk. The three true outcomes. Is that what you really want to see in the long-term health of your game? Or do you want to see guys try to put the ball in play, use your speed, get on base, right? I would like to see more action than what we are now. Now, listen, there are still some times when the Dodgers put up a 10 spot against the Diamondbacks, right? Or you're still going to see those big innings, but you have 3-run shots in there after 2 walks. Like, is that necessarily exciting? No. I think you move it back a couple feet Why not? Put it right in the middle of first and third base because the mound is not directly in between first and third, which kind of bothers me a little bit because of symmetry and my OCD. But, like, why not? Yes, the pitchers are going to adjust to Mike Reed's point, right? They will. I mean, they're professional athletes, right? How long would it take for pitchers to adjust to it? They would make the changes, and I'm sure they would be do it. And then Silix is right behind. He says, "Nope, deal with it and adjust. They're professionals," and I can see that point for sure as well. But for me, I mean, move it back a couple feet and see if the averages go up a little bit. I don't know, but then do you increase injury because now they have to retool their breaking balls to, they're so used to throwing 60 feet 6 inches their entire career. What do their breaking balls look like? Do they have 36 inches of lateral movement instead of the 14? Like, so there's a lot of factors. Maybe it is perfect, but where it is, but these velocities, man, are just insane. And they're only going to increase to everyone's point. Pitchers are going to keep pushing that limit. How soon are we going to see 107, 108? I think we could within the next few years. Why not? They thought in the early 2000s we'd never see 104, and here's Jacob Mizorowski throwing 103 for 36 straight pitches in an outing. So maybe it is time. I don't know. And to your point, I don't think lowering the mound does anything. Still the same velocity.
Yeah, I mean, you lose a little bit of that downhill momentum and leverage. So maybe you take a little bit of speed off the ball. But I will say I remember the Atlantic League. I was just looking it up. The Atlantic League actually tested pushing the mound back a foot in 2021, and they actually saw strikeout rates go up. And one of the what they learned from that too is that they had a lot of pitchers complaining of lat soreness because they had to change their release points to accommodate for the additional distance. Although a foot doesn't seem like much. But they were getting a lot more complaints of guys with lat and shoulder soreness because they actually had to bring their release points up a little bit to, get the ball across the plate at the same spot it used to from a foot further back. Originally, MLB suggested pushing the mound back 2 feet. That got shut down. They only pushed it back 1. And what they found is it made really no difference in terms of velocity, strikeout rate, walk rate. All it did was make the pitchers sorer because they had to change their mechanics to adjust to that the angle of an additional foot.
Yeah. Well, and think about the hitter's timing as well, too, right? They're used to seeing the ball coming from 60 feet, 6 inches, and then now you push it back a foot. Their timing's all jacked up. So I would imagine you would see kind of strikeouts go up.
Yeah, and the reality of it is like a foot doesn't make a huge difference in terms of reaction time, except they're thinking reaction time is what really drives this. But pushing it back a foot. I mean, 12 inches of additional reaction time when you're talking fractions of a second to begin with.
Facts.
It ain't much. I mean, it really ain't much.
Facts. What about making the baseball larger? Not saying I want that, but literally just thought of that. Now you're really, I think, looking into elbow problems at that point. If you widen their grip some more.
Yeah.
I think you could be looking at some elbow problems there.
They should make it about yay big and turn it yellow.
Yeah, right. But not banana ball yellow. But anyways.
Yeah, no, like softball yellow.
Yeah. The mound was only really ever been changed because pitching or hitting was dominant. Most pitchers can't pitch. They just throw hard. Also a fair point. I mean, the last time we saw the mound change was after Bob Gibson just absolutely destroyed the league.
He ruined baseball. I mean, he made every pitch. He made every hitter look foolish.
Yeah. And this is also it, Silix, right? I think the way that hitters approach pitcher, right, or hitting, the way that hitters approach their at bats is I'm swinging for the downs, right? It's not put the ball in play anymore. It's not the Luis Arraez approach, right? So yeah, all they do is swing for the fence. They're swinging for the gap powers. No one cares about the batting average anymore, and that's part of it. So. Yeah, I don't know. ChatGPT says pitches could technically get faster, but the batter would gain timing and offense would likely go up. I mean, if ChatGPT said it, then it must be true.
Yeah, but maybe what I read wasn't the garbage or nonsense I thought it might be. But I mean, either way, you look at it, it's not an issue with the pitching so much it's an issue with philosophy. The philosophy of pitching is max effort, throw hard, strikeouts, nibble around the corners, try to get strikeouts. The hitting philosophy is you may only get one pitch hit in the at bat. You better not miss it, and you better hit it 7,000 feet. So you better be swinging from your heels. But and I was just going to make this point that Celtics is making. If you go back to when hitters were hitters, like you put a guy like Tony Gwynn in there, he'd be fine today. You put a guy like Ted Williams in there, he'd be fine today. You put a guy like Derek Jeter in there, he'd be fine today because those were not guys that were trying to just like drop and drive.
Right.
They were hitting the pitch where it was thrown to the field it belonged in. They weren't afraid to go to the opposite field. They weren't afraid to take a single, and rather than take a strikeout, they'll just take a single. Though true hitters don't have a problem today. Luis Ariz still does just fine. It's if you want contact, you can still manage contact, but nobody wants contact.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm essentially with everybody in the chat here, right? No messing around with the mounts. Anything you do will add to injuries, 1,000% with both of them. This is obviously more of a hypothetical. I don't think they'll ever touch the mounts. I mean, it would have to be a drastic increase in velocity, and we see team batting averages at 200 or below. Then I think MLB kind of goes in this direction. If you guys don't want to move the mound back, let's just move home plate back a foot then, right? That fixes it. But yeah, man, it was just, I mean, just watching these pitchers and the highlights of these pitchers, it's just like, it's insane what we're seeing right now. It's special. Across the league, these guys are just throwing absolute gas.
Yeah, like with anything with baseball, we're in a different era. It was all offense, and then it was contact and defense, then it was all pitching, then it was now it's back to it's a home run game. It's a max velocity home run or nothing game. Which I'll be honest, as a fan, I don't love watching. Like I love the style of play when it was more balanced. When guys like Tony Gwynn were around, when you had guys like Helton and Walker and Nomar, competing for batting titles, and when
at
contact
372, at 372,
when guys would take a single and that was okay, it wasn't like a total loss.
Right.
Like I'm tired of the Schwarbers, where it's strikeout, home run, walk, and that's a good day.
Yeah. I mean, and this, John, this might be where they end up going. However, first of all, John says, what if we make the walls further away? Put a premium on contact and spraying the ball. Now, couple things here. I love this, right? This would be the easiest fix. Put it 350 down the lines, 410s in the gap, 450 to center, right? Make it those old ballparks. However, if they did that around the league, what does that do for seats? Oh, you're taking the owner's money away because they can't sell those seats anymore because you pushed the fence back. So, yeah, bringing money back into it, that's what would happen.
Well, and honestly, your casual fan goes there to see the long ball. They want to see the home runs. They want to see the big moments. They don't want to see, a single, a walk, and a base hit to the right side that gets a guy in. They don't want to see bunts and hits and runs. They don't want to see gappers. They just want to see bombs. They want to see guys throw 100 and guys hit bombs.
Yeah. Stillix, and stop scoring errors as hits. Today's defense is horrible to watch. That a comment of the night right there. There's been so many times I've seen a guy boot a ball, and I'm like, how is that a base hit? Come on now. Yeah, agree. They are very generous with the scoring for sure.
It's brutal, and it is. Like this game right now is all about velocity and offense. Like that is what MLB is selling, and the casual fans buying it because we're seeing growth like crazy.
Yeah.
But your more hardcore fans, like most of us, we kind of look at the game right now and realize that it is what it is. It's kind of a lesser version of what we used to watch. These are, you got a lot of one-dimensional players, guys that can't really play baseball. They can just swing hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a day when those guys like Schwarber were DHs and utility guys, pinch hitters.
Yeah.
Think of all those guys used to come off the benches, the Matt Stairs of the world, the guys that were one speed it's either a home run or I launch it into the seats.
Yep.
Those guys didn't get a lot of playing time in the old days. Now they're superstars.
Yep. Yeah, Scott says, give me good fundamentals over big offense every day. Yeah, the game I saw 2 days ago should have had 7 errors, but officially only had 1. Yikes. Yeah.
Defense is bad. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah. Move it back 6 inches every 3 years until it's 62 feet from home. That's small changes over time. I mean, possibly let them adjust a little bit at a time. Not a bad idea, but yeah, I don't know what the fix is, but I just thought this was a kind of a cool hypothetical question. I don't think we'll ever see it. I mean, but maybe we will. Who knows?
Well, because if the reality is, if you're the league and you see attendance and TV ratings growing, I'm not changing anything. At the end of the day, I want to put butts in seats, and if people like the style of play, I'm not going to change it. Purists be damned. If the people are responding to this style, keep it going. Let's ramp up the Tommy Johns. Let's throw 110. Let's move the fences in and hit. Have guys hitting 75 home runs a year. I think that the league likes what's going on because it's putting butts in seats and bringing dollars to the org.
Yeah, 1,000% agree. All right. I want to thank Mike Reed for putting me onto this about 2 hours ago. This is absolutely incredible. We're going to play a couple rounds of it on here. The website is called Chasing 117. You have to try to create a team that can surpass 117 wins. And we're going to do it on here to kind of show you guys what it's like. So this is Chasing 117. And what's really cool about this is you have to try to draft a team. So you can do it by era, you can do it by team, and it looks like you can probably play against someone, which is kind of cool. I haven't tried that yet. But so if we go to team mode and we're going to go classic, Harrison, I want you to pick a team for us.
Any organization?
Any organization.
Athletics.
All right. So we're going to pick the A's. So we go down to the bottom. We're going to start the draft, and it gives us a year, 1996. So now we have to try to draft the best possible player off that team. But once we do, that position is gone. Other than you get 3 outfield spots, I think 2 starting pitchers and a reliever. So we have not a lot of great ones to choose from here. So let's start at the top. We have Mark McGwire. We got Terry Steinbach, 35 and 100 out of the catching position.
That's a lot for a catcher.
Yeah, we have Mark McGwire here, 52 home runs, no stolen bases, 312 average. Where do we want to go here? I mean, McGwire probably.
Yeah, it's McGwire or Steinbach. I mean, you'll find other first basemen, like maybe you'll get a Giambi year, but it's going to be hard to find as productive a catcher in A's history as Steinbach was.
Yeah, in 96. I agree. So let's go Steinbach there. So now it takes us to 1934, Harrison. There's our first baseman, right? So great call on that. So Jimmy Fox, we'll just kind of look down through here, through the other one. Bob Johnson also had a decent year, 34, 307. So it gives you the WAR, the ERA for the pitchers and stuff. Pretty cool. So let's go. We want Jimmy Fox, obviously, right?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say no to Jimmy Fox.
Yep. So 1974, Sal Bando, Bert Campaneris, 34 steals.
Ooh,
that might be a decent one. We got Reggie Jackson.
I was going to say, we're going to have Reggie in this one.
Yeah, Reggie for sure. Catfish Hunter. So that's where the decision comes. Do we go Catfish with his 7 WAR, or do we go Reggie Jackson?
I'd probably take Reggie because there's a lot of pitchers in A's history.
Yeah. So 1999. So the cool thing about this is
now go check the pitchers.
Yeah. So catchers and first basemen are now off the draft board. Like you can't select them at all. So what's cool about this too, if there's nobody you like, you can skip the year. So we have 2 skips left. So if there's nobody we like, we can skip it and hope we get a better selection. Ooh, a little Scott Spezio action there. 8 homers, no stolen bases. Now, defense is taken into account, even though there's no defense here, right? Listed in the stats. They do at the end take defense into account. So Chavez defensively, kind of hold that in your head. Tejada here. We got Stairs, Ben Grieve, McDonald. We got Huddy. And we got Isringhausen in there, Doug Jones. Not a ton out of the reliever pool there. Where do we go here? We got Hudson at a 4 WAR, or Chavez, or Tejada. Or do we skip this year?
I feel like there's far worse years in A's history, so maybe we want to keep this year and go with a safer pick like a Tejada or.
I mean, Tejada's got the WAR here that might help.
Yeah, maybe take
or
Tejada
Eric Chavez for the defense. All right, we'll take Tejada. Now we're up to 1934. I don't know any of these guys. Ooh, Pinky Higgins. He's got a 4 WAR, third base. Bob Johnson, 34 and 12. I think we had 1934 already, didn't we?
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, because we got Jimmy Fox. So maybe they really want us to take this outfielder. We'll take Bob Johnson then.
Do it. Take him.
1986. We got Canseco in there. Carney Lansford.
All right. Had good numbers.
We got
Tony Phillips. Tony Phillips' second base is hard to beat.
Yep. Lansford, 19 homers, 16 stolen bases, almost a 4 WAR. Mike Davis. Feel like we can find another outfielder. Canseco, 33 and 15. Of course, they can't give us the 40-40 season, right?
Of course not. Walking into her.
Oh, yeah. We heard all about him.
What about Jose Rio? Was he good that year? No.
No. A 4.65 ERA. Dave Stewart for relief pitcher. What are our thoughts here?
Do we have to go Phillips here? Is he the best guy available?
4 WAR. Yeah, probably.
Lansford? Phillips or Lansford?
What do you think? Let's go Phillips.
Yeah, say second base is a tough position.
So 96. Ooh, Scott Brocious at third. Right. Almost a 6 WAR there. Baroa, Phil Plantier. John Wasden. Man.
Way back was. Oh, Jim Corsi.
Yeah, Jim Corsi, 2 WAR, 4 ERA. Buddy Groom, Todd Van Poppel, Billy Taylor with the saves. Billy Taylor had the goatee, didn't he? Like the big goatee. Was that him? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Is that Koch, I think I'm.
Oh, yeah. Billy Koch had that weird little flavor saver.
Yeah. All right. We go Brocious, 304, 22.
Brocious here. Brocious was a beast.
All right. 1925. We need another outfielder, Al Simmons.
That's a pretty good season when you hit 387.
Yeah, that's pretty all right. Sam Gray. All right. We'll take out our outfield there. 1997 starting pitchers here. Not much to choose from there.
Not a lot to work with. This might be a skip because this is a pretty sad looking group.
1922. Yep, 7.5 WAR there. We'll go here.
Yeah.
33.
Jeez, really mixing it up on Lefty Grove. Lefty Grove.
Yep, that's an automatic. And then our last one is 1936 relief pitcher here. Okay.
We may have to skip this one because was there such thing as a reliever back then?
I don't think so. So we have one skip left. We'll use it. 1978.
All right. These are better at least.
Goodness. All right. I mean, we'll just take the low ERA and yeah. All right. So this gives us our overall grade. So our speed's a 34. Our bullpen's an F. Defense power is a D. And then it tells us our average. So 55 out of 100. and that gives us our overall record for the season. So 106-56. So
let me get this right. They scored us a 55 and we still won 106 games.
yeah, apparently.
Jeez.
Average. They said we were unbalanced, but our starting pitching apparently got us a lot. But yeah, I've been finding myself using this a lot, like the last couple hours to try to get to 117, and the highest I got was the Diamondbacks. I think it was 107, and I haven't been able to get past them again. But
jeez,
let's change it to all time.
Yeah,
and do one more. So here we go. We're gonna let you guys select it in the chat here. All right. So what it will do is give us a franchise and it will give us a decade. So we can franchise skip once and we can decade skip once. So we have the Braves from 1960. We got Joe Torre behind the plate. Oh, Bob Uecker. Almost got to go with him, right? Felipe Alou at first. Adcock, Cepeda. So I think they give us their best year in that decade that they played for that team, is how I think they do it here for the all-time team. Schoenweiss, Eddie Matthews, almost an 8 WAR there.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Matthews was good.
So we'll let the chat kind of pick here. I don't know who this guy is. Honk Aaron. Honk.
Yeah,
I mean,
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a no-brainer, right? Oh, Frank Thomas back in the 60s. I knew he played. Tito Francona.
I thought he was in the league for a while, man.
Yeah, Necro, Warren Spahn. I mean, a lot to choose from here, but it's got to be Aaron, right? I mean, duh. All right. So Hank Aaron. Here's the next one. Braves again, 2020s. Let's skip it. We just did the Braves. So franchise skip. Give us a new team here. Athletics in the 2020s. Eek. Sean Murphy, Shea Langoliers. Who else here? Olson, Nick Kurtz.
Ooh.
Not many second basemen to choose from. Third base, Chapman. See, Jacob Wilson. Brent Rooker, 5'3". Who else we got here? Probably
I'd say check the pitchers, but there really aren't any to check in the 2020s.
Bassett, Montas are your top 2.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Joe says Kurtz is the best option here. Yeah, I was thinking that's probably it, right? I mean, but is there another best first baseman of all time than Nick Kurtz? But
Curtis says Olson or Rooker.
Yeah, Olson's got the 5.5 WAR, 4 stolen bases, 271. Kurtz has the average there and only 3 homers less, but not the RBIs. All right, so we got 2 votes for Rooker. So let's go Rooker, I guess. Let me see if I can find him now. He's down here. All right, Rooker is it. Now we go to the Twins in the 1990s. I mean,
there's
Kirby
only
Puckett.
One guy, right?
Yeah, it's Puckett. Knobloch, 8.4 WAR there, 45 steals.
I mean, Knobloch was a machine.
Second base. Paul Molitor. Man, this is a good team to choose from. Harper, Molitor. Ooh, Big Poppy. Not going to give you much points there out of the Twins.
No, he was not good there.
I mean, Knobloch, 341. 45 steals.
Was so good.
I mean, I might almost have to go there, right? Yeah, Kurt's slugging percentage. That's a good call.
I feel like you'd have a tough time finding a better second baseman than Knobloch.
Yeah, than Knobloch right there for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Mike Reed literally said it as I was saying it.
Yeah.
Take Chuck, not many second base better.
Giants in the 1950s. All right, we're getting some good pulls here. Cepeda, McCovey. I mean, think there was somebody decent in center field for them during that time. I don't remember who though. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
that
got to
Will I Mayes.
yeah,
Mayes?
it's got to be him, right?
Yeah,
All right.
Will I
Yeah.
Mayes.
Yeah, Mays is a no-brainer here. Blue Jays in the 80s. Ernie Witt, Pat Borders. Love that dude.
Yeah.
McGriff at
The
first.
crime dog.
We got third base. Not
Ooh, Michael said
much.
Marichal. That was another Giants option.
Yes, that would have been a good one. Gruber at third here. Oh, Danny Ainge. Let's go.
All right.
Fernandez. Feel like we can get a better shortstop. Dave Steve or Jimmy Key.
Ooh,
I think we
Steve was
take one of
so
them.
good.
Right? Did we take one of them? Eichhorn, 1.72 ERA. Henke.
Oh, the Terminator.
What are our thoughts here?
Ooh.
I know we're trying to get to 117 wins, so we need. There's a couple ones in here. I don't know if I want to go reliever or Steve here at the top.
Steve. I feel like you got to take Steve. He was such a bulldog.
Yeah. All right, we'll take him. We got the Pirates in the 1930s. Yike! This is
Anybody
my wheelhouse.
good there?
This is my wheelhouse right here.
Yeah.
Pie Trainer at third base. That might be our best option that I know of.
You might be hard
Archie
pressed to
Vaughn.
find too many better third basemen. Oh, Archie Vaughn. We need to take him for Justin.
All right. So we'll take Archie. Indians in the 1920s.
Yeah. That was a fan choice. We took Archie Vaughn for Justin because he loves
Yeah.
Archie.
Yeah. All right. You guys were with us with Steve. Henke as the closer. That was definitely a good one. Lou Fonseca. Let's see. Who else we got? Jim Bagby, a 9 more. George Yule. He's come up on our show a few times.
He has
the most strikeouts. Steve Kovaleski. That's almost a 9. Man, they had some good pitchers, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. Although I feel back in the 30s, everybody had good pitchers because there wasn't that much offense.
Well, that's also facts. What are we thinking here?
Probably pass this one. Pass. it's a lot of passes here.
All right, so we have to stay with the franchise, but we'll decade skip it. 2000s.
Kelly Shopik. Yeah,
I know that's a name for the past. Sandy Alomar. Tomey. I mean, yeah. No, I mean it might be Tomey here.
Too bad it wasn't the Indians in the 90s. That would have been. You would have had so many people to pick from.
CC Cliff Lee.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bartolo. Dude, you almost have to take Bartolo just because the show loves him.
Yeah. I'm trying to win, Harrison.
I know.
Rafael Betancourt, 32 saves out of Wickman. Yeah.
It's either Tomey or CC, I think.
Yeah, that's what
we got two votes for Tomey.
All right. That's what I will do here. All right. Tomey
the homie, as Curtis calls him.
All right. Jim Tomey. Now we got the Royals of the 2010s. Salvi. Jason Kendall, your boy.
I love me some Jason Kendall.
Misty May Trainer's husband. Mike Moustakas. James Shields.
Big game James.
Danny Duffy. Urban Santana. A lot of pitchers to choose from here.
Yeah,
but
a bunch of them.
Relief pitchers, Wade Davis. Greg Holland, 47 saves. Soria, 43.
We got to take a reliever at some point.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find great relievers depending on what area you get.
I mean, I might want to take the saves, right? In the 1.21 ERA.
Yeah, I think you probably have to.
All right. We got to Tigers 1920s, another AL Central team here.
Good Lord.
1920s. And we're out of outfielders, of course. So we need third base. We need another starting pitcher. Or we're getting hosed there. We took the relief pitcher. All right. So we need a starter. I mean, Herman Pillett. Yeah, not much to choose from here. So we get kind of stuck.
Yeah.
So let's go here. Only got a couple more. Yankees of the 1970s. Thurman Munson. I mean, that's probably it. Nettles. Munson or Nettles here?
Oof. I mean, it's probably probably got to take Munson. Third base, you may be able to find
Another third baseman. So you're thinking Munson?
Yeah, I would say take Munson. Catcher wise, it's hard to find good catchers.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll see what these guys think. I think they're gonna go Munson here, but
yeah, tough one.
Yeah, everyone's
Munson. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Thurman Munson. Yankees again, 1940s. Here we go. That's our top third baseman there. Oscar Grimes.
What
4 homers. Yeah.
What a bad decade to pull.
I mean, you got more production here. You got a 280 with Billy Johnson, 280, 5 homers, 94 RBIs, only 3 stolen bases. Snuffy Sternweiss, only 250. Yeah, I think you got to go. We go Billy Johnson.
Yeah, I'd take go Billy.
Yeah, we got hosed here, but let's see. Run creation's pretty good. Got C's. We got a B on our defense, A+ on our bullpen. There we go.
Sweet.
Let's see. 71 is strong. This is the highest I think I've got. Let's see.
102.
Dumb.
We got a 55 and won 106 games. We got a 71 and win 102.
Oh, that's brutal.
Guys, come on.
But yeah, it's been pretty fun. But this is the roster: Munson, Tomey, Knobloch, Billy Johnson, Arky Vaughn, Hank Aaron, Brent Rooker, Willie Mays. Starting pitching kind of hurts, maybe Steve and Pillett, whoever that is, and Greg Holland. But
wait. So we got Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. We only won 102 games.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So
what?
Yeah. It's just a simulation, Harrison.
Oh man.
Either way.
I'm with John Card on this one. I expect Baseball History Dork to do a profile on Snuffy Sternweiss.
I'm pretty sure he already has. But John, we'll talk to him about it when we're in Minnesota in a couple weeks. But
we'll pass that note.
Yeah, absolutely. Math ain't math and Joe, yeah. But yeah, I thought that was it was fun. Mike put me onto it. I've been fooling around with it. It's been pretty cool. So that is Chasing 117 if you guys want to kind of dabble with that. But it was kind of cool. You can do it by team, do it by all-time decades and stuff like that. So
yeah, and thanks for that, Mike Reed. The last thing I need is one more thing to waste time on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. So all right, Harrison.
No shot. That team wins only 102, 125 minimum.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you. All right. I got multiple teams played for trivia for you tonight. Take it as you will.
Okay, let's do it.
So here we go. Well, if we wait till then, I can just tell them. Yeah, we'll give them a whole bunch of ideas here, John. So don't worry. The meeting of the minds is happening in about 3 weeks. So hang on to it.
That's right. Baseball History Dork's already on it. Maybe I will.
Yep. Love it. So, all right. Here we go, Harrison. Who has the most career home runs that played for at least 12 different teams?
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of teams and a lot of home runs. So let's see.
Well, maybe not a lot of home runs. He just has the
good point.
most out of somebody that has played for 12 different
It
teams.
could be a low bar. So guys that play for a lot of teams, they're going to be. I mean, like the Uptons didn't play for that many teams. You've got. Oh, is it Matt Stairs?
It is Matt Stairs.
Who I mentioned like 5 minutes ago.
Yep. 265 home runs, Matt Stairs. Nice job, Ed. Ricky, not a bad guess. And not Tommy Pham. Not yet, anyways, right, Curtis? Not yet.
Yeah. One day.
All right. Who holds the MLB record for most career at-bats by a player who suited up for 11 or more different teams?
That's a lot of teams too. So, ooh.
And this one kind of shocked me a little bit because I didn't realize he played for 11 different teams.
Yeah. So, like, what about like a Ricky? McGriff didn't play for 11 different teams. Had a lot of at bats.
Nope, not Ricky, not McGriff.
Nelson Cruz?
Nope, that's a great guess. It's not Nelson Cruz. He played for 50 out of the 30 teams, but not him.
Michael also Matt Stairs?
No. I did think about doing an all Matt Stairs trivia segment, but
that would be amazing.
No, this one it is Kenny Lofton, believe it or not. Kenny Lofton, 8,120 at-bats.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed he played for 11 different teams.
He played a lot of places, but I wouldn't have guessed 11.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that. But
probably why we haven't done him on the Follow the Path, because I probably saw the list and went, nope.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Kenny Lofton, 8,120. All right. Who holds the MLB record for most career games played by a player who suited up for 11 or more different teams?
Yeah, so that takes, you can't use like Jackson or any of those guys because they pitched. At bats. Lofton? Is it also Lofton?
It is. Nope, it is not Lofton. It's games played. Not Lofton. This guy had a random 30 home run season for the Dodgers. It was his only 30 home run season of his career.
Not Hundley.
Not Hundley, but same era.
Oh, was he also a Met for a while?
He was a Met for a while.
I know who this is then.
Yeah, not Kenny Lofton. There are no repeats, just to let you guys know. So, yes, Harrison.
Yeah.
It is Todd Zeal. Nice job, Joe. 2,158 games played for 11 different teams. So, pretty crazy. Steve Finley, not a bad guess. Sean Green.
That's a great guess.
Bad. Butler, also not a bad guess. But, yeah, Todd Zeal, believe it or not. All right. Who holds the MLB record for most career strikeouts by a pitcher who suited up for 11 or more different teams?
Man, there are 11 or more teams. Is that the number? The magic number? Oh, I know what this is.
Yes.
We already talked about him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, has to be.
Yeah, Zeal with the appeal. Yeah, 1,000%. Edwin Jackson is a great guess. It's not Jackson. It's not Dotel. Also a great guess, Silix. Not LaTroy Hawkins. Great guess. John Carter. It is Bartolo Colon. 2,535 Ks. 11 different teams for the round mound of sound. So, yes, Bartolo Colon.
Who also hits bombs.
Bomb. Singular.
Oh, yeah, sorry, bomb.
All right, next one. Who holds the MLB record for most career saves by a pitcher who has suited up for 11 or more different teams?
Oh man, there's a bunch of closers that just like drifted all over the place. Oh, it has to be, right?
Yes.
It has to be. As I'm sitting here, I'm like, no, it has to be him.
Yeah. Yeah, Silix, I'd sign him today on my team. 1,000%. I would take Bartolo Colon any day.
Oh yeah, just have him around.
Not Dotel, not Dick Mountain, not Hawkins.
That's our second LaTroy Hawkins mention on the show.
Yeah. Not Rodney. He was close, but it's not Rodney. That's a great guess.
Fernando Rodney with the crooked hat and the bow and arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not Fernando Rodney. Nope, it's not Hawkins or Rodney. This guy is still current somehow. Not JJ Putz. Nope, this guy, we've talked about him possibly being a borderline Hall of Famer when he's done. We've got a lot of saves piled up, but is it enough? We don't know.
Is he in the minors right now? Is that where he is?
He is not. He is he is with the Tampa Bay Rays. He just signed with them and has already got a game under his belt. It is Craig Kimbrell, and somehow this week I missed the fact that he signed with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, because he was
idea
in
when
the
that
Mets
happened.
minor leagues, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was up with the Mets briefly, and then I think they DFA'd him again. The Rays picked him up, and he pitched a game for them this week. So
he got DFA'd by the Mets last week and immediately snapped up by the Rays.
Yep.
So, very quietly got DFA'd.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, Greg says there's no way Kimbrell played for 11 teams. Yeah, it's wild. He's on the IL, I think now. Wow, one outing on the IL. Just DFA him. Yeah, let's see if I can name the teams off the top of my head here. We got Braves, Red Sox. We'll get the Mets and the Rays out of the way. Did he go to the White Sox at some point? Let's see here.
Hang on, I got it. So
go. Got it. All right, so I got Red Sox, Braves.
Yep.
Mets, Rays. I guess White Sox.
Yep, Mets, Rays, White Sox. Yep.
Astros.
Yep, for 1 year.
That's 6. Oh God, I still got 5 more. Yep, Padres. That's right, Ed.
Yep, Padres.
You're
missing one of his longer stops.
Missing one of his longer stops.
3 years with somebody.
Cubs is definitely one.
Cubs, yep, 3 years there.
Then I got 3 more.
You're missing 1, 2, 3.
Orioles.
Yep, Orioles are 1.
Orioles,
so you're missing 2.
Orioles is 1.
You're missing 2 NL West teams.
Did he go for the
one NL West team, 1 NL East team.
Oh yeah, Phillies was definitely 1, and then
Phillies. Yep.
Was he with the Dodgers?
He was.
Okay. Yeah. 11.
So at Atlanta, Boston. So I guess Braves, Red Sox, Cubs, Phillies, Dodgers, Padres, Orioles, White Sox, Mets, Astros, Rays.
Yeah. Damn. It's wild. Wild, but pretty damn cool, man. I can't believe he's still hanging on. But good for him, man. I wish I could hang on to that for that long. To still have, arm talent. I mean, yeah, he's hurt, but still, like, if you still got it, still play, right?
He's still chicken winging it like a boss.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, you guys helped me out with that for sure. Yeah, Phillies was definitely one. We got it, Braves.
He's only 38. I mean, it's not like he's necessarily completely washed.
No. So, how do you buy a house? I'm sure he has no problem buying houses. Let's just put it that way.
That dude has made some money.
Your point. Yeah. No, but I get your point. You can't get settled anywhere. That's wild. But all right. Which MLB catcher played for 11 teams in 12 years, starting with Detroit in 1998 and ending his career in 2009 with the Phillies? So
Wow.
this is just a straight up journeyman catcher question. Good luck. And if you pull this name, I will be highly impressed.
In case anybody's wondering, Kim Brell in his career has made 129.3 million.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I would have guessed more. I mean, that's it. It's crazy, but
He signed a lot of like 1 year 13 million, 1 year 10 million. Like, and of course, keep in mind, like when he started playing, closers didn't make that kind of money.
right.
It's only been the last maybe 5 to 7 years you've seen closers really start making crazy money.
Robert Fick is a great guess. It is not Robert Fick.
That's a fantastic guess.
Yes. Brad Osmus, also another good guess. Not him. It is Paul Bacco. Nice job, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, Paul Bacco for sure. Wow. Freaking Bacco. Yep. Joe's a huge Tigers fan, so I love it. Nice job, Joe. Yep. Great work. And Curtis got it too. Nice job, fellas.
Raul Casanova, Michael. Jeez.
Yeah, man. All right. Last one I got for you this evening. Which Hall of Fame player suited up for the most teams in his career, playing for 11 different teams?
Oh, man. Hall of Famer played that for that many teams. Okay. This is like a Hall of Famer that would be easily recognizable, or like no?
You got to go back in the day.
Great. So Forrest, put your cape on. This is a Forrest question. Get out of here. Get out of here, Forrest. It's your time. The Forrest signal is up.
Yep. We still got to get like a little symbol or something like that we can just flash on the screen when we need his help.
Yeah, just kind of hold it up.
We should be able to find a graphic in here somewhere to put on our show, right?
We'll just use his baseball history dork page, the baseball.
Yeah.
Just hold up the old baseball.
Yep. So the sisters in the chat probably wouldn't know this one, but the others would.
The brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest, I don't know. Come on, man. We need a hero right now.
Not Ricky.
It's brothers. We know that, but I have no idea what his first name is.
Mm-hmm.
Michael?
It is Dan Brothers. Dan Brothers. 8 MLB teams, 1 Players League, 1 American Association. So 10 teams. So, yep.
Back in 1887.
Yep.
Wow.
So Dan Brothers is the answer. So pretty crazy.
Man, oh man.
Yep. So we got it. Nice job. We got it in the chat. Nice job, Dan Brothers. Dan. Nice job. Did Ricky play for 10? Did I do that one wrong? Chances are I could have, because Ricky's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ricky's got 9 teams. Yeah, Ricky's got 9. So okay, phew, off the hook there. But yeah,
the problem is he had 9 teams. So he made multiple stops at many of them. So it looks like he played with a bazillion.
It's pronounced Bruthers, huh? Huh. Learn something new every day, Forrest. I did not know it was pronounced Bruthers, but you guys know how I pronounce stuff on this show. It's never right. So you're welcome. I mean, I guess it makes sense the way it's spelled.
Yeah, I guess. Or Brothers is that's what I would think.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, Bruthers. Interesting. Cool. I love that. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys this evening. Do you have anything else to bring up, Harrison, or chat to bring up?
Yeah, so I got a couple of things, but I'll give chat just a moment. I'm trying to find the quote here. Okay. So, well, chat's come up with something. They asked because we all wanted to know Juan Soto's opinion of the proposals. So Juan Soto in an interview with the Athletic talked about his response to the salary cap proposal. So in his quote was, "I don't think that's right to have a cap. Baseball is doing great. We've been increasing every year. It's been great for baseball. We're in the best moment of baseball right now in all kinds of ways. Why should we have a cap?"
Easy for a guy making $1 billion to say
Well,
that.
yeah. My initial thought was this is a terrible guy to ask because of course he doesn't want a cap. He's got the second highest annual salary in baseball.
Right.
So they also asked David Peterson of the Mets because they're already there. He thought the entire cap proposal was ridiculous, and Soto added that he would agree to that. They feel it's ridiculous for the league to think that a cap is necessary when baseball's in such a great spot.
But it's in a great spot for the top 1% of players, right? Is it really in a great spot for everybody else in the league? The bottom 90% of players? Is it?
I mean, no.
No.
It's I mean, when a guy like Kyle Tucker gets whatever absurd amount of money he gets to be an okay player, like there's a problem.
Yeah, I agree. Joe said it. A cap is necessary, and I'm with you. Like at first, I was kind of on the player's side, but if you want this league to have parity, and I'm talking real parity, right? Yes, we've had a different World Series winner the last 20 years, other than the Dodgers, you know, three-peat after this year, right? We have had a different World Series winner every year. If you look at those past 20 years, though, how many of those teams always made the playoffs all those years, right? I mean, it was always the same 8 teams in the playoffs every single year for the last 25, right? Minus a couple. You had the Royals, you had the Nationals kind of show up out of nowhere, right? You do have a couple here or there. But in the grand scheme of things, there's really not much parity. Is there parity in the playoffs? Sure. But there isn't to get into the playoffs. And that's the issue. Again, that's top 1%, and then the rest of the league is just fighting to try to stay alive. So, yes, there's parity in winners, World Series winners, but it's the same 8 guys just rotating years. 8 same teams rotating years. So,
Yep.
There's no parity, really.
No, and 20 of your 29 World Series 20 of your last 29 champions were in the top 10 in payroll. Most of them were in the side of the top 5 in payroll.
Yeah.
And you only have 3 exceptions of teams that were in the bottom in the middle tier of payroll. 03 Marlins, 15 Royals, and the 17 Astros, who, if you took their payroll for the full season, would have been in the top 10, but they added a lot of money through midseason trades.
Right.
So you, in theory, they would have been a higher payroll team based on who was on the roster at the end of the year, but you only have 3 exceptions where they weren't at least in the middle of the league in payroll. You know, your small market teams are the ones that have kind of disappeared in all this.
Right. Yeah, and they can't compete, right? I mean, let's look at last year, for example. The Reds finally made the playoffs, right? They snuck in, the Mets choked, Reds sneak in, and they just get the floor mopped with them. I mean, it wasn't even competitive. Like it looked like 2 totally different leagues, right? It looked like New York Yankees playing a little league team at Williamsport. Like it was just not it It wasn't competitive. And that shows the huge gap between the top market teams and the lower market teams, even mid market teams. That's a massive gap. But that was the first time the Reds had made the playoffs in what? I I can't even remember. The middle of Joey Votto's career.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. So I mean, the salary cap needs to happen, and I hate that the players are so dug in on this because they're not. I get it, right? They're looking out for them. They're looking out for number one, but they don't have the future health of baseball on their mind because they don't need to. Listen, my career is done in, well, we'll say 6 to 8 years, right? I'm going to get my money, and then baseball's giving me all I need. I don't need anything else. So, yeah, like don't cap it. I want to make as much as I can, but I'm not thinking of the future health of the game.
No, because these guys just think about what am I going to make before I'm gone, and I got to capitalize on the window that I have. I don't care about the game after that. They could shut baseball down once I'm out, as long as my checks have all cleared.
Right. Yeah.
What's interesting though is that between 22, so from 22 to 25, we've had the highest payroll disparity in league history, with the top teams outspending the bottom teams by almost 5 times.
Yeah, that's an issue.
And that's what the issue really is.
Yeah,
how big the spread's gotten.
And I that's my issue. That creates zero parity. Right? I'm going to buy everything to make sure I stay at the top. That's it. And I'm sorry, Tampa Bay Rays. I'm sorry, Colorado Rockies. You guys will never be relevant because I can spend 5 times more than you.
Yep.
So yes, a cap and a floor needs to happen. Squish those two markets. It's the only way you're going to be able to squish the bottom and the top to make all teams competitive. At least have a decent shot to win. It's the only way.
Yeah. Did you know that Kyle Tucker had a brother that played in the league?
I did not.
From 15 to 18.
Is it Cole Tucker?
Preston Tucker. Left fielder. 23 career home runs. He played 15 and 16 in Houston. In 2018, he split it between Atlanta and Cincinnati, and then he's been out of baseball ever since.
Yeah. Greg, putting in the cap without fixing the deferral loophole is meaningless, and agree. And I think that comes with it. I think when the cap goes in, the loophole gets fixed, right? They're not going to do one without the other. But the fact that the owners have not even attacked guaranteed contracts, the players should be hanging their hats on that. Mm-hmm. They should be, because there's no other league that has guaranteed contracts, correct? So you're telling me there's no cap and my contract's guaranteed? For me, it's like you can't have both, right? If you want guaranteed contracts, that's fine, but like we have to cap it, because if you're hurt, we still have to pay you.
Right.
I mean, crazy. I don't know where this goes. I don't know. I don't know where the players give in. I think the owners at this point, they've won the PR game so far, and I don't know where the players concede, because the owners, like I said, haven't even attacked the guaranteed contracts. And if the players are going to be this stubborn about it, the owners could always go back and be like, fine, you guys don't want to negotiate. Now we're going to dig in and we're going to go after guaranteed contracts. No longer. If you guys don't want a cap, then we have to save our money. If you're hurt, then we need to have that money ready for somebody else. That's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, I mean, this could go nuclear and we can go after all of it, or just try to fix the glaring issues and keep more fans in the game so that the game is more balanced, and every team in theory has a shot to win the World Series on April 1st.
Greg, you're right. NHL might still be guaranteed.
I don't think they're fully guaranteed though. I think you can still. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
Well, I guess they are mostly guaranteed. There are ways that the team can terminate the agreement, so it's guaranteed like to a point.
Yeah, semi-guaranteed.
Yeah, I'd say they're close. The NHL is the closest to MLB because like you can buy out contracts at reduced rates. You can terminate contracts for a variety of different things. So the NHL might be the closest to an MLB contract.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and John, I get this, right? They have those things because they fought for it. In the past, the teams controlling players for their whole careers, pre-free agency, it wasn't fair. Now it's back in the players' favor. And I totally get that, right? Like these guys fought hard for players' rights, and I completely understand that. But to your point, the players have, I think, more than their fair share at this point. And I don't think you can convince me that they don't. I mean, you paid Juan Soto $765 million. That is asinine. Stuff like that has to stop. It's too much for what he doesn't bring to the ballpark. It's crazy. But
yeah,
thanks for stopping in, Joe. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. And this might be it, Curtis, right? It's not the guaranteed contract, but the 10+ year contracts will be stopped. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that creates more player movement. Maybe they're only signing 3 or 4 year deals and then they go somewhere else. Possibly. I don't know, man. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be sloppy. I hate it, but yeah. Okay, they all have forms of guaranteed contracts, but the only two sports where it's 100% guaranteed is MLB and European Players League. I think I said that.
yeah.
EPL.
NBA, NFL, they all guarantee portions of contracts.
Right.
The NHL, they can fully guarantee, but they don't necessarily fully guarantee.
Yeah, they don't have to.
But it's also I think it's more common in the NHL for them to fully guarantee the contracts. But like the highest paid NHL players are making like $12 million a year. Like it's not even like it's crazy. It's not like these guys are making $70 million a year guaranteed.
Right. I blame Rendon. I mean, honestly, that's part of it, right? The owners could pull something like that and be like, hey, look at this. We just paid this guy. Artie Moreno just goes, I just paid this guy $365 million for 40 games. 40. Right? Like, and you guys want us to pay more? I literally paid him to stay home and sit on his couch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with the owners 100% right here. They put out a realistic offer. The players are being, in my eyes, unreasonable. And they have a lot that they could lose at this moment.
Yes.
And I don't think the owners are going to budge. I think this is a very reasonable offer from the owners. And to have that 171.4 floor, I never expected it to be that high. So the owners are coming and be like, hey, like we see that the future of baseball is at stake and we need to figure this out. And for you guys not to come to the table with anything reasonable is kind of a slap in the face to the baseball world, in my eyes. That's my rant. But yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah.
Did you see A-Rod's comments today?
No.
So Alex Rodriguez he kind of went on a bit of a rant. And basically he was some of the competitive imbalance of the league, and his comment was the American League stinks. Like the quality of the game, the teams, the American League is terrible.
Not wrong.
Yep. The entire AL stinks, is what he said on Fox Sports today. Just He said, I don't think anybody's out of it. The American League stinks. They really do, actually. The National League's the opposite, right? If you look at West, I think the playoffs started today. The Mariners are in.
Yeah, that AL West is a train wreck. But Alex Rodriguez isn't wrong.
No.
For whatever you want to say about him, he's actually a really good analyst. He knows the game. He loves the game. He understands it inside and out. Like, he has great takes, and I agree with him here, 100%.
Well, and I think, A-Rod was always a smart player. He always understood the game. Yeah, he was a bit of an arrogant jerk, but he was pretty good and could back it up. And he would grate on you when he was on somebody on the other team, but he was always a very knowledgeable baseball player, and that's what made him so great. But he also, when he talks with the Red Sox, he mentions the fact that, obviously the Red Sox are mailing it in. They realize this wasn't their year, but he did say, I think the minute you get rid of Alex Cora, the Red Sox manager, who I think is the best manager in the game, and Jason Varitek, they clearly decided that this is not going to be their year. So that's a guy who's a big Alex Cora fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can see, we've been not on the Alex Cora train ever since he got to Boston, really. I mean, we really haven't seen any vast improvements from this team. Haven't really seen his coaching wear off. Is he a player's manager? 1,000%, right? He loves those guys. I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm not saying that he doesn't know the game, but there has been countless years that we've seen Alex Cora just pound his head against the wall, making the same mistake over and over and over. And then when he's willing to change it, it actually works, but it's too late. Right. I mean, so like, I get it, but
yeah.
It's insane to me on a desk with Poppy, A-Rod, and Jeter that Jeter's the odd man out. I mean, they all know their shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, Jeter's just a kind of a quieter guy. Like, he doesn't seem to fit as a broadcaster, but he was the same way as a player too. Yeah. Like, he was not your give a huge pep talk guy. Like, he was hey, we got it, guys. Everybody relax. And that was his pep talk. Mm-hmm. A-Rod was the guy who was on the top step yelling at guys. Same with Ortiz, like firing up the troops. Jeter was never that super vocal guy. So when he took the broadcasting gig, I was kind of like, man, you won't find a guy that knows baseball better than him, but I don't know that he gives you much.
No, but when he talks on that panel, you listen.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, he's just,
he doesn't say much, but it's good stuff.
Yeah.
But he's like overwhelmed on that panel by A-Rod and Ortiz. Now, Ortiz at times can be way too much.
Too much. I agree.
He can be way too much sometimes, but he's entertaining as hell.
Yeah. I mean, Silix, that's fair. Sometimes he does dive into Yankees for sure and as a homer, but I mean, you kind of expect that. Ortiz is kind of the same way. Like, that's what you get out of those guys, right? You expect that Red Sox Yankees kind of banter going back and forth, but yeah, Derek will never let you see him sweat, period. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, to get back to Alex Rodriguez's point, the AL is atrocious. There's not a lot of great baseball being played. I mean, the team that I love watching the most right now is the freaking Chicago White Sox. I never would have thought would say that at the beginning of this year.
I know. I find myself flipping to their games. I'm like, oh, White Sox are playing. I guess I'll check in.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's White Sox, Diamondbacks, and A's for me. Those are my three that I'm watching right now. I am tuned in on them. A's are hot and cold. I get it. They're young. It's gonna happen. Diamondbacks are kind of the same way, but they're my boys. I love watching them, but I find myself tuning into White Sox games. So pretty cool. Which teams do you find yourself watching the most?
I mean, lately I still love the A's. I found myself watching a fair amount of White Sox games. I'm also checking in on the Pirates relatively frequently. I will say, like, I purposely skip past the Phillies. I skip past the Mets. I skip past the Cubs. I really don't enjoy them. I don't watch the Dodgers unless they're playing a team that I want to watch.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of Giants games lately, but that's because like they were playing teams I was watching. I can't. They're brutal.
Yeah.
Other than the White Sox, I avoid the AL Central. And I do find myself watching the Rays. The Rays are a wagon, man. Like that.
They freaking always are, man. And it's so frustrating.
Oh, but here they are, a +5 run differential. They're all over the place. So they've lost 8 of their last 10. They've been in a rough stretch, but they're still a half game up.
Now, if you remember, they also started 2025 off like this. Remember, they lost like 2 games in the month of April.
It was nuts, yes.
So, and then so I'm kind of expecting that same fall off here at some point. But I mean, the Rays every year still somehow find a way to win games. It's wild. But yeah, and I get this argument, Chad, right? Everyone's like, oh well, the Red Sox shouldn't be that far down. Like they're still in the AL wild card. Like, why are you so down on them? Again, the eyeball test says this team is not a playoff team, even though they're only four games out of the wild card.
They're 9 games under 500, and they are 10-21 at home.
Yeah.
They suck at Fenway Park. They suck. The home fans have nothing to cheer for when they're in town. They suck. And they're 3.5 games out in the wild card.
Yeah. Chad says the Red Sox are considered a threat for a playoff spot because of record. And this might be one of, if not the worst Sox teams I've ever seen. That's all you need to know about the AL. And bang, I nailed it.
Mic drop.
I just, for people being like on us Red Sox fans, be like, I don't understand why you guys are so down on them. They're only 4 games out of the wild card spot. I don't even want them to threaten the wild card spot at this point. Like,
no.
Like,
I want to see them clean house.
Yeah.
Go to get towards the trade deadline and just dump players.
Brutal.
Get rid of everybody you can and start over because it's not working.
Yeah. Curtis says Yankees, so I can have an impending heart attack. Cards, because this is Cardinals country. So yeah, those are the 2 teams he's watching. Cardinals are fun to watch, man. They're young. They got some guys that are playing well. I've been tuning into a few of them for sure. Greg says, I mean, yeah, we suck, but hard to come from behind when the second anything goes wrong, the fans are booing and screaming, sell the team. Just saying. And that's part of it, right? I think at this point, Sox fans have been spoiled the last 25 years. Let's face it.
It's been a good run.
Right? It has. And the moment anything gets tough, like we fold, and it sucks. But we also suffered for 120 years before we won anything. So now that we have that taste, they don't want to let it go. And I get it. Boston's a tough market to play in. However, the front office, I feel, is just not focused on this team at all. And that's what's frustrating because it's trickling down all the way to the players on the field. They can feel it. I know they can. Just sucks. But that's all I have to say about that.
I guess I'll throw in one other note. Rob Manfred is throwing his support back behind a new ballpark in the Tampa St. Pete area, saying it's important that the Rays remain in that region. And it sounds like the new Rays ownership is with him in trying to get this done.
Which, I mean, when we left them off last time, they were still talking about that, right? I mean, in downtown Tampa.
Yeah, the Rays aren't quite getting the funding they wanted. There's a gap, but they're working on it. And, the Rays are trying to put some pressure by setting a deadline. And the county was kind of like, yeah, don't do that, guys. Like, we're working on it.
Yeah.
We're not that far off.
Yeah. Yeah, don't push it and then have it fold up and not have a shot at all.
Yeah, don't be dinks. Like, let us sort it out.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they still have a few years left on their lease at Tropicana anyways, right? Like, it's not like It's not like it's
Yeah.
over at the end of this year, right? I mean,
No, but for the Rays, if they were going to move, they don't want to end up homeless for a year or two like the A's have if they can
right,
avoid it.
right.
So they're trying to decide, like, if we need to move somewhere else, we need to do that now because we've got a window of time to get a ballpark up.
Yeah. So does that take Orlando completely out of the running?
I don't think it does, but it should. I think Orlando's going to stay in it to the very end because that market is so big that it's kind of hard to ignore it. But I can't see MLB putting another Major League Baseball team in Florida 90 minutes, less than 90 minutes away from another one that doesn't draw.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. I agree fully. I don't think Florida needs 3 teams. I don't think Florida needs 2 teams. I don't think Florida needs 1 team, but that's neither here or there. But
yeah.
Yeah. Greg says Trop's lease is through 2028, which does throw a wrench in things. So they would be possibly homeless because it takes 2-3 years to get a ballpark up.
Well,
I mean,
but they haven't even like found a place to go, a site, and done the planning. Like you're talking probably 3 years minimum. But if you started right now,
yeah, you started tomorrow morning,
you'd spend a whole year homeless.
Yeah, at least.
And if this drags out more than a few more months, you're probably talking about spending 2 years homeless because you wouldn't finish the ballpark till deep into the season. So,
yeah, because Vegas broke ground earlier this year, right? And they're still not planning on getting until 2028, 2029?
2028, right?
I think so. So 2.5 years.
It's like 2 full years of construction.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's a big friggin' structure to bring up.
Yeah. Orlando's the last resort for the Rays. Yeah, I'm with you there, Curtis. Only way Orlando gets a team is if a Florida team moves there. Yeah,
I think so.
I agree. I think we're all on the same page there.
Miami just built a ballpark, so they're not moving. And if Tampa builds a ballpark, that kind of slams the door on Orlando.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's Raleigh, Nashville, Salt Lake City, and who would be the other? Sacramento's kind of all of a sudden risen to the top over there.
Sacramento's making a huge push. Portland is trying to stay in it. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to come before we even get to that point.
Well, facts. Absolute facts.
Yeah, and in a headline today, Rob Manfred was asked about the status of the labor negotiations, and he expressed some concern this could end up in a work stoppage. To which the whole world went, duh.
Wait, we might have a work stoppage?
Apparently, Rob Manfred's concerned that this could turn into a work stoppage.
Since when?
Newsflash.
That's
breaking news.
Wow. Well, I didn't know that was even a chance. We haven't talked about it at all. But crazy.
Yeah, never thought of losing baseball in 2027 never crossed my mind.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we wrap it up, I do want to tell you we do have a guest coming in on Sunday. Matt Gamble, formerly of the Milwaukee Brewers. He kind of played with Mark Rogers and Zach Paddock. So that's how we kind of networked with Matt Gamble. So the name Gamble because his brother is also in the league still, Ben Gamble. So that's how you kind of know that connection. They both kind of came up through the Milwaukee Brewers organization together. So we'll talk with Matt about his career. Actually had a decent amount of playing time there, and I think it was 2010. So it'll be really exciting to talk to the other side of the ball. We've been talking to a ton of pitchers lately, so kind of cool to get to the other side to get Matt on. So can't wait for that. So tune in Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another rounding third guest in Matt Gamble of the Milwaukee Brewers. So until then, enjoy your weekend of baseball. Stay safe, and we will see you Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
See ya.